at the back. That's really going to be a big detriment to Jansen's, but up front it will be his team car. Martin Schroeder leading him out of turn number 2.
Schroeder leads the way. Davey Boughton fighting for the second position with Crumby. And he gets by Crumby and squeezes him up towards the wall. I don't think Crumby liked that very much as he fights back to the inside.
Yeah, Davey Boughton using the outside right door to impose his will here on the Crumby 63, but smokes heavily back into turn number 1, up on the outside, and oh, just in front of them, the other Crumby team car 63 got loose and gathers it up.
That was close for Brandon Crumby. That was almost disaster in turn number 2. The battle resumes for the second position as the Amsoil 63 of Dave Crumby now takes over that second spot. Davey Boughton trying to return the favor on the outside, but I think Crumby has thoughts of closing in on that Schroeder machine for the lead.
Well, Davey Boughton, multi-time feature winner back when he was a champion in the mini stocks, working in the Custom Fab 29X, working towards the top 2, but right now it's still Martin Schroeder with the pretty wheel, steady and smooth through 1 and 2, but really opening up the bottom to Dave Crumby.
Mark Bazine has entered the top 5. He races in the 4th position right now, a few car lengths behind Davey Boughton, but we're about to have a battle for the lead. Schroeder running that high groove. Here comes Crumby to the bottom of the racetrack.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Dave Crumby doesn't have a lot of experience here at Ohsweken or on the dirt. Still hoping that he's got enough of that oil there inside the 63 because it is pouring out the back, burning it pretty heavily each time into 1.
It's not slowing that car down whatsoever as he makes a move for the lead on the inside of 3. Schroeder going to come around the outside. He will continue to lead as they cross the halfway mark.
Keep Mark Bazine in that Burger Barn 21X. He finds his way into the story. Started back around 20th position tonight and working his way into 3rd. Could use a yellow to make up the gap between himself and the leaders, and now the veteran Doug Erskine takes the hard left into the infield on the back straightaway. He'll retire from this one.
Doug Erskine not ending the night the way he would have liked to, and we continue to have a battle for the lead. Crumby down low, Schroeder up high, Bazine in the 3rd position. He is still a number of car lengths back, not within striking distance of the race leaders.
Dave Crumby with the nose out in front of Martin Schroeder as they work their way off turn number 4. Coming with a 5 to go from starter Kyle McKenzie. Still lots of white smoke out of the back of the leader's car as he makes his way around 1 and 2.
Dave Crumby out in front by a full car length. As we've mentioned, that smoke not slowing him down, but a car can only smoke for so long before something breaks, and he's got to make it last for 4 more laps.
Boughton's fading back the 29X problems on that machine for Davey Boughton. He was up challenging for 2nd a few laps ago. Finds himself trying to stay inside the top 10 now as they work it off at turn number 2. Dave Crumby with the advantage, and he will hold out front of Martin Schroeder.
Wow, Boughton squeezes 1 car up into the wall. I believe that was Kyle Wurton, and runs Rewitsky down to the inside. Rewitsky comes back and hits him back. Davey Boughton back into the passenger side door. And now Boughton going to try to spin the Rewitsky number 4, and he missed it. Well, he hit him, but he was unable to spin him out.
Off of 4 with just 2 to go for Dave Crumby. He's got a big advantage here as he leads Schroeder and Bazine trying to go to the high side for 2nd.
A great side-by-side battle for 2nd as Bazine works the outside, but he doesn't have enough momentum to make it go. White flag in the air this time as Crumby continues to pull away.
Crumby with the advantage to the white flag. Into 1 they go. Working it good through the bottom. Schroeder holds 2nd. 21X of Mark Bazine got 3rd. Then you've got the 63 of Crumby and the 9 of DeBoer.
That's the battle to watch on the racetrack, the 1 for 2nd. Dave Crumby's going to take the feature event, the battle for 2nd. Bazine slides up in front of Schroeder to take 2nd. Schroeder's 3rd. Brandon Crumby 4th. Tim DeBoer rounds out the top 5. What a race in the mini stock division. Davey Boughton hasn't hit enough cars tonight, so he closes up on Aaron Rewitsky, and he hits him. If you can't get it done during the race, don't bother hitting him afterwards. Aaron Rewitsky going to come back. Race director Doug Leonard scolding both of them over the one-way radio, but
Well, I got to say, that was just dumb. You know, you've taken enough shots at him under the green, and now you're going to find yourself parked for a little bit. So we will get down here and talk to the top three as they make their way in. Dave Crumby coming his way down here to the front straightaway. We'll get him in position.
now, Clint, are you going to do victory lane for this feature race? I see that you're right down there.
I could.
What a race in the mini stocks. And we scold drivers for doing things that aren't exactly the smartest, but I love the passion that they display. They take the racing seriously. But when the checkered flag falls, Clint, the race is over. And so should the bumping, really.
Well, as we wait for Dave Crumby, we'll get over here and get a word with Martin Schroeder and our second place driver here tonight, Mark Bazine, in the 21X. Mark Bazine, first one out of the Burger Barn 21X over here, Ace One Construction Machine. Mark, this is the night that championships are made of. You know, I'm sure you'd like to be one more step on the podium, but when you start about 20th tonight, this ain't a bad finish.
No, I'm totally okay with it. Coming deep in the field like that, I knew it'd be a tough one. So championship run, we're good with it.
You know, Brandon Jansen's, he had some trouble, got a flat tire there, and that took him out. He was moving through just like you were. Pretty good night for you.
Yeah, I can't complain at all. It's a great night, great 3 weeks, and we're just going to keep going forward from here.
How about it? Mark Bazine grabs third. Martin, you were in this one all night. Martin Schroeder here. Solid run for you tonight. Can you be happy with third place?
Yes, I'm pretty happy with that. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Woodstock Neeser, Mr. Lester. We couldn't do without him. We got Hawkins, and we got Sutton, Drew Simmons, and Toyota Bashuku.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. How about a hand for Mark Bazine and Martin Schroeder, our second and third place finishers. And here comes your feature winner, Dave Crumby. His first win ever on dirt, ladies and gentlemen. Make him feel welcome as he works his way here to Lucas Oil Victory Lane. Come on around, Dave. Dave, what a run for you. You got to be pretty pleased with that. Your car was smoking pretty good. Did you know how much puffs you had coming out of the back?
No, I did not. I was just driving her.
Let's talk about you guys. Mainly asphalt team, your whole racing career. You found us last year. Any looking back?
No, I still do asphalt on Saturdays.
But what do you think of here, Ohsweken? Having fun?
Awesome. Awesome. This is just great. I love it.
What does it mean to grab a win here?
A lot. Against my son? A lot.
He's had some good runs. Who do you want to thank, man?
I want to thank AMSOIL and California Days, Complete Auto Body, and anybody else that helps us, and everybody in the stands for coming.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Smiling Dave Crumby down here in his first ever visit to Lucas Oil Victory Lane here at the Big O. Congratulations, holding that checkered loud and proud as the Patriot Sprint Tour get warmed up over in the pit area. We'll send it up to you guys. We'll be back in just a moment.
I want to wish a happy birthday to Logan Moffat. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Logan Moffat. Celebrating here at OhswekenSpdway as we get ready for the Patriot Sprint Tour. First is the Kool Kidz Ice and Water Corr Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. Your starting lineup looks like this. Rolling off 20th out of Port Colborne, Ontario, the Gillette Flooring Services, Hayner's Discount Tire and Auto Parts, Mike Knapp Ford. Number 22 is Sean Slider. Starting in 19th out of Carlisle, the Big Road, Meineke Car Care, Creative Edge Signs and Graphics, MMBO Direct Marketing. Number 9 is Steve Long. Rolling off 18th out of Caister Center, the Charlie B. Honey Pie at Spring and Alignment, VNR Recycling. Number 11 is Jamie Turner, and to his inside out of Caister Center as well. And the Aces Bar and Grill, J&E Recovery Plastics Auto Recyclers. Number 91 is Ryan Turner. Starting in 16th out of St. Williams, Ontario, the Norfolk Appliance Repair, Simcoe Bearing Gales Auto Aftermarket. 21J is John Burbridge Jr., and lining up to his inside, the winner 1 week ago out of Fenwick in the Gibbons Contracting, Upper Canada Consultants, Amherst Crane Rentals, and Concrete Pumping. Number 14H, it's the Red Rocket, Jim Hoopinen. Starting in 14th out of Fort Erie, the Sewell's Automotive Service Master, Dixon Auto Body, Zenkin Truck and Trailer. 27Z is Stan Zenkin. And starting in position number 13 out of Thamesford, the Vipond, Ellercarn DuPont. Number 6 of Curtis Gartley. Starting in 12th out of Mount Hope, the Wilt Star, Custom Fab, O'Neill's Farm and Lawn Equipment, Window Works. Number 2 is Lee Winger, and to his inside, starting 11th out of St. Catharines, the Gulfy Concrete, Overland Heating and Air Conditioning. It is the Expediting Niagara Dental Arts. Number 80, the Real Deal, Chris Steele. Starting in position number 10 out of Hamilton, the Insulation Epic Racewear, Dalton Group, Best Way Betting 01 of Mikey Krutchka. And to his inside, the Dash winner tonight out of Brantford, the Auto Finishers Canada, Hills Tire and Gas, Strode's Barbecue, Little Bend 110 of Jake Brown. Pulling off 8th out of Ohsweken, the Case IH Lone Wolf Fireworks, Rochester Nighthawks, Renway Energy. Number 0, the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers. And to his inside, starting 7th out of Caister Center, the KT Tobacco, Town Line Variety, Silo Wireless 97 is Corey Turner. Pulling off 6th out of Bradford, Pennsylvania, the Bundle of Warmth Fire Logs, Performance Power Coating, Zimbardi Electric 35. It's the Juice, Jared Zimbardi. And rolling off in position number 5 out of Alden, New York, the Casey's Truck Salvage, Fiberworks Composite, Merzak Enterprises 49 with a straight shooter, Scott Kruder. Rolling off 4th out of Auburn, New York, the Philtruck Corporation, Lasca's Restaurant, number 51 of Flying, Brian Howland. And starting in 3rd out of Pancor, the CF Industrial, Lumar Excavating and Trucking, Vertec, number 38 of Tyler Hendricks. Starting in position number 2 out of Oakland in the Bradshaw Fuels OhswekenSpdway 47X, it's Dylan Westbrook. And starting on the pole out of Brantford, the Burger Barn, Ace 1 Construction, number 10 of Downtown, Mitch Brown. Those are the 20 cars ready to go 25 laps in the A main for the Patriot Sprint Tour versus the Kool Kidz Corr Pack Sprint cars. The Strickland GMC Pace Truck will lead them down the backstretch. And this time we're going to get you, the fans, to wave them on. Ladies and gentlemen, they're 4 wide and fancy for you, the fans. This is the Patriot Sprint Tour versus the Kool Kidz Ice and Water Corr Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. White flag goes up in the air. Next time by, we're going green flag racing. 25 laps in this one. 10 rows of beautifully prepared sprint cars ready to come to life. Mitch Brown, Dylan Westbrook on the front row. Kyle McKenzie's with double greens in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show. Well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation as we bring to you our feature presentation. Across the straight for lap number 1. Dylan Westbrook is your leader. Brown in second. Ryan Howland right there on the inside of Brown. He'll look for the second spot down off the backstretch. Across the stripe, lap number 2. Dylan Westbrook is your leader. Brian Howland running in second. Mitch Brown right now in 3rd. Tyler Hendricks 4th. And here comes the Juice. Jared Zimbardi working the outside line. He'll go wheel to wheel with Hendricks into 3.
This track is drying up just a little bit, fairly dusty out here for the drivers. They'll have to search around to try to find some grip. But it is a wide racetrack. It's the same for everybody. A little bit of a bump down the inside of turn number 1, but otherwise a great racing surface.
And Westbrook started on the outside of the front row, and he has pulled away to a nice size advantage for Brian Howland in that second spot. Mitch Brown is settled into third, and then it's side by side for fourth and fifth. It's Hendricks and the Juice almost tagged the wall in corner 2.
Great side-by-side battle between the 0-1 of Mikey Krutchka and the 110 of Jacob Brown. That's deeper in the top 10. That's a battle for 9.
Westbrook halfway down the backstretch, and he is about to catch some lap traffic. He's up in the high lane, as is Brian Howland, as they come down across the stripe to complete. Lap number 6, troubles in corner 2. Stan Senkin goes around and right in front of the leader.
He'll come to rest in turn 2, pointed the wrong direction. Everybody able to get woed up and take evasive action. 6 laps complete in the sprint car main event, and we are under yellow.
Well, guys, I don't think anybody got a piece of the Zankin 27. Just a quick loop here in turn number 2. They should be able to just get them pushed off. Once the field goes by, we'll get them locked back in and turn them loose once again. So they'll back up here on the Zankin machine and get them ready to go. He will lock it back into gear. And it should be all from turn 2, guys.
Yeah, it looked like an innocent spin there, Clint. He was up in the middle groove and thankfully came to rest. Quite often it's impressive to see a driver try to keep a car running and keep it going after doing a 360, but it's havoc when the race leaders are coming up at ludicrous speed and they have to try to guess where a car is going to wind up.
And the Patriot Sprint Tour Canada Swing is brought to you by Fine Touch Collision. And the Patriot Sprint Tour will head down to the Brockville, Ontario Speedway tomorrow night. That is a fun, fast bull ring down there, and the entry to quarter 1 is probably one of the most challenging anywhere in the area.
I've only been to a couple of races at Brockville. My parents used to live pretty close to Brockville down in Lyndhurst, Ontario. But great facility, great atmosphere.
That's why that's why they call it Brock Vegas. What happens in Brock Vegas stays in Brock Vegas. And tomorrow night, I'm sure there'll be another host of cars down there. Of course, the Eastern Ontario contingent will be down there, the likes of Rick Wilson and such, Chris Jones.
We're going to go green. Dylan Westbrook in the 47 leads the way, but Brian Howland, a Patriot hot shoe, runs in second.
Green goes back in the air, single file past the cone, and Dylan Westbrook goes to the top shelf. And as Brian Howland on the bottom got a good run, he'll drop even, but Westbrook shoots back behind down the backstretch.
Zimbardi got around Mitch Brown on the bottom, and look at Hoddick in the block number 49. Bonsai move to the inside.
So it's Dylan Westbrook, your leader, Howland in second, the Juice now, Jared Zimbardi in third, Scott Kruder running fourth, and Mitch Brown holding on to fifth, but here comes Chris Steele trying to poke his nose in there.
Chris Steele working the bottom. The top 3 have pulled away a little bit from Hoddick, who's trying to hold off Mitch Brown in the 10. Chris Steele in the 80, and Tyler Hendricks.
Westbrook right up on that top shelf, running the rim around this track with Howland in second, and Zimbardi trying to find something on the bottom lane, both down in 1 and 2 and in 3 and 4. Right now he's hanging with Howland down the backstretch. He's right there.
Mikey Krutchka got into the bottom of 1 and 2, and that car jumped up in the air, gave him a real handful as Zimbardi trying to battle with Howland in the 51. Just can't quite get the momentum he needs.
Very impressive run for Dylan Westbrook. When you're leading Brian Howland and Jared Zimbardi, you're doing something, and he is hooked up on that outside line. So it's Westbrook, Howland, Zimbardi, your top 3 as the leaders again begin to catch that lap traffic.
Have a look at Hoddick in the 49. He has found something up on the high side. They're calling it Scott Kruder, but is it Scott or is it? We're hearing yes, Scott Kruder.
Westbrook has caught the back of the field. First up will be the 21J and the 27Z, Zenkin and Burbrick. Westbrook rips by both of them, and now we'll work on the back end of Lee Winger.
Just ahead of the leader, Westbrook. Lee Winger in that number 2 machine, as it'll be heavy traffic for the remainder of this race for the leaders.
14 laps on the board, 11 laps left to go in this one. Dylan Westbrook is your leader, Brian Howland second. Jared Zimbardi right now running in third. Scott Kruger is fourth. Fifth is the line is Mitch Brown. Sixth, Chris Steele. Seventh, Tyler Hendricks. Eighth is Mikey Krutchka. Ninth, Jim Hoopinen. And 10th, Corey Turner.
Westbrook closing in on a side-by-side battle between Gartley in the 6 and Jamie Turner in the 11. He's going to have to pick a lane or hope they sort it out amongst themselves, because Brian Howland is only about 10 car lengths behind the race leader.
At one point, Jared Zimbardi was making his way towards the front, and now he's dropping back from the top 2 and beginning to fall into the clutches of Mitch Brown, who's running on the bottom lane in 4th, and he's beginning to catch the juice.
And Westbrook just had a problem between 3 and 4. Got that car out of shape. Brian Howland right up behind the 47. He'll look to the inside for the lead.
Howland was there, but Westbrook holds him off for the great runoff of corner number 2, but Howland's right there and in deep traffic right now. Jamie Turner, Curtis Gartley right in the sights of Westbrook.
And Dylan Westbrook found another gear. He'll shoot between the slower cars trying to put them a lap down, but he couldn't get it done.
Westbrook dives low on Turner, gets by him. Now we'll work on the back end of his car owner, Glenn Stiers. Although Jamie Turner got back by him, and here comes Howland again. He'll run that middle groove right to the inside of Westbrook.
Howland trying to pull a slider on the 47 of Westbrook, but he could not get in front of him to make it work, but he has shown his presence a couple of times on the race leader. Westbrook knows he's got to pick up the pace.
This track surface is beginning to look like the 2015 Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. It's drying out, it's rubbering up, and that played into the favor of the 51. Let's see what he's got here. The big high five from Kyle McKenzie, 5 more circuits around.
Westbrook slides up in front of the boss, Glenn Stiers in the 0. Howland to the inside, still trying to work that bottom groove. Westbrook able to maintain momentum a little better, but Brian Howland stalking the number 47.
Westbrook right there with Howland in tow, and then it's a good distance back to Jared Zimbardi. So right now, Westbrook with 2 lap cars between he and Howland. It looks like this time by, it'll be 2 laps to go for the driver out of Scotland, Ontario.
2 more laps for Dylan Westbrook, back up on the cushion where he's run his best laps tonight. He's got Jacob Brown just in front of him. Brian Howland nearly half a straightaway behind with a lap and a half to go.
To the inside of Jake Brown goes Dylan Westbrook, down in 3 and 4, pinned right to the inside blocks. He'll work it off the corner to see the white flag. One more trip around for Dylan Westbrook.
The top 3 equally spread out. In fact, the top 5 spread out equally. Dylan Westbrook just has to get through 3 and 4 one final time.
Checkers fly, and the Patriots Sprint Tour win goes to Dylan Westbrook, the first of his career. Brian Howland comes home second. Jared Zimbardi will be third. Fourth is Mitch Brown. Fifth at the line will be Scott Kruger. Then it's Chris Steele, Mikey Krutchka, Jim Hoopinen, Corey Turner completing your top 10. So that will do it. We'll head down to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane and talk with your winner, Dylan Westbrook.
Still plenty of racing left to come, race fans. 2 more feature events as Greg Callan heads down to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane. He's going to talk with race winner Dylan Westbrook, second place finisher Brian Howland, and third place Jared Zimbardi.
A big shout out to Lone Wolf Fireworks, lighting up the sky here every Friday night. He's on the wing. Let's hear it for Dylan Westbrook. First career Patriot Sprint Tour win for DW Dylan Westbrook. Want to again thank Lone Wolf Fireworks for lighting up the sky. Highway 54 in Middleport. Check them out online and on Facebook. Lone Wolf Fireworks, the official firework provider of OhswekenSpdway. Dylan Westbrook getting congratulations, getting unhooked from the helmet, the Hans device, and he ends up in Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane. Bring Dylan Westbrook in here, Dylan. Patriot Sprint Tour win. They don't get any bigger than that, especially when you look over there, and there's Brian Howland and Jared Zimbardi. You just beat the best of the best.
Yeah, we got a real good starting spot. Got to start second, tightened up the car a bunch, and then got a good start, got out front, and then after that caution, I seen 51 and 35 were behind me, so I knew I would have to pick it up a little bit. So kept on running my line, got around some lap traffic, and ended up getting the win.
Howland made a couple of dives on you. How much of them could you see? How much did you know he was there?
Well, I seen half his car. I just had to stay up top and just gas it up, and hopefully I got a good drive coming off.
Huge win in your career. Who would you like to thank?
Really got to thank Glenn supplying the car, crew, family, everyone who helped out and put some money into this.
There you have it, your winner of Victory Lane here. Dylan Westbrook picks up his first Patriot Sprint Tour win. We'll get in here and talk with Brian Howland. Brian, you've brought us some memorable moments over the years. A runner-up spot. You gave Dylan a run for his money, but just nothing there in the middle.
Yeah, you know, he was really good. He was a lot better off the corners than I was. So my only shot was lap traffic. I tried to throw a couple sliders at him, but I knew they just weren't going to clear, so I backed out. But, you know, hats off. His guys were just – that car is fast. That car is really fast. So they got something going, and, you know, hopefully this gives us a little bit of a tune-up for the Nationals. I don't know if we come up here again, but it'd be nice to. I love this place. I love coming up here. The fans are great. The track's always great. So, you know, if we don't get up here again, hopefully we take good notes.
There you have it. We love having him here. Flying Brian Howland. Let's hear it for him as we bring in the juice. Jared Zimbardi, third place for you. Maybe a frustrating third place. I don't know. It just looks like you couldn't find anything to catch that top two. And when you're on the podium, I guess, and you're frustrated, that's still a good thing that you know you're capable of winning.
Yeah, we've had better starts than that, but sometimes you just don't have enough, and here we just didn't quite have enough. These guys were fast in front of me, didn't make too many mistakes. I seen Brian and Dylan racing real close there. It was actually fun to watch. Was hoping I could get up there with them, but just didn't quite have enough.
The racing surface tonight give you anything that will work towards the Nationals, because it looked pretty dry out there towards the end.
Yeah, toward the end it did, but it's still got a lip up on the top. It's still got some moisture on the bottom. I would love it if the Nationals had this much moisture in it. But we'll come back and see what we could do.
There you have it. Jared Zimbardi comes home in third place, and that will wrap it up from Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane for the Patriot Sprint Tour. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Ohsweken Speedway brings the stars. July 24th and 25th, we bring you two of the best. Make sure you have your tickets from the hottest driver in NASCAR, current point leader Kyle Larson, and two-time Chili Bowl champion Rico Abreu. Strap in to sprint cars to tackle Ohsweken for the first time ever. Monday, they will race with the Kool Kidz Corr Pack 360 Sprints, and on Tuesday, they will battle the World of Outlaws. This one could be a sellout. Get your tickets today by calling 519-717-0023 or logging on to OhswekenSpdway.com. Saturday, July 1st, it's Action Expo at Ohsweken Speedway. Tell the kids, we just signed Tanner Fox. That's right, we're bringing the YouTube sensation to Action Expo. Come and meet Tanner in person and see his famous car in real life. Tickets available for all these events by calling 519-717-0023 or logging on to OhswekenSpdway.com.
Drivers on, they came here to win $12,000 and put on a show for you, the fans. Wave your hat at program, the kid next to you, whatever you got. Coming off a corner 4 wide, this is the 9th annual Canadian Sprint Car Nationals, brought to you by Aero Express.
Getting into the bomb bearing machine. Now he goes up the track and he's going to come down the banking in 4.
5 complete, 3 to go. as Lemaire continues to pull away from Richardson, who has distanced himself a little bit from third place Bomberry. Beagle's giving him a challenge on the bottom side. Meanwhile, we've got Chris Dickey giving Strickland some good advertising as the back bumper panel coming off of that car.
Well, Dickey's back bumper matches Jim Lampman's hood.
As it flaps in the air coming across the stripe. 2 laps left to go, and now contact with DeBoer and Ken Sargent.
Everybody gets sorted out. Jim Lampman, that reminds me of the old margarine commercial. Margarine, not butter.
Not butter. Here comes Derek Lemaire to the white flag. One more trip around. Bryce Richardson closing that gap just a little bit. Ryan Beagle now solidly in that third position.
That is awesome to see Jim Lampman on the outside. Hood just a flap, and it's got to be driving him nuts behind the wheel as he makes the move to the outside of Chris Dickey.
Final time off of corner 4. Caledonia Auto Supply heat race number 2. The win will go to Derek Lemaire. Bryce Richardson second. Then it's Ryan Beagle, Blake Bomberry Jr., Jim Lampman 5th, 6th Chris Dickey, 7th is Trevor DeBoer, and 8th will be the 25 of Ken Sargent, who appears to be discussing things a little bit here with maybe Trevor DeBoer.
Well, and he's been around the block a lot of times, probably just pulling up alongside, say, hey, didn't like that, or maybe he's apologizing, you never know. No, he's probably not.
They apologize?
Well, you might go up beside someone and give them a wave if you overstepped. You never know. Heat race number 3. These are the top points getters. Starting on the pole, he's got a feature win to his credit this year out of Hagersville. The Club 54 Killer Bees number 8, it's Ryan Dinning. On the outside of row number 1, he's got a lot of feature wins this year. In the number 49 machine out of Hagersville, the Jibs Action Sports sponsored entry is Dave Bailey. Row number 2 on the inside, the 00 machine. That's James Thompson in the 00, and alongside him in the 211, Go Fast Teeple in the 211. So these are all cars that haven't been, a lot of cars that haven't been here. Row number 3 on the inside is the number 46 out of Casterville, the body line. Total Coatings number 46 of Kevin Pauls. Alongside him in the 71, it's Frank Turkey Jr. in the 71. Then you got the 71X of Bobby Mercer, the 77 of Brett Rodwell, and the 93K, who I don't see out there.
That should be Mike Klazinga.
Oh, that is, yeah,
right there.
that white machine.
So you've got the top 2 in points in this, plus a bunch of guys that are handicapped at the back because they essentially have not made enough starts here this year, or haven't made any at all in the case of that 00, James Thompson.
And if you don't make a start, if you're a no-show, you get credited with a feature win. So your maximum handicap. But these are the 2 best the Thunderstock division has to offer, side by side battling for the lead.
The thing I like about these 2, Adam, is they duke it out every week on the track. You'd think they'd be totally sick of each other. They get down to victory lane, they're congratulating one another, and it's their goal to beat the other person, but you can tell they feed off of each other.
Well, as the great Ric Flair said, Greg, to be the best, you have to beat the best.
Woo!
Thank you. Lobbed it in, and you hit it, Mr. Baker-looking machine.
Working down the back stretch, 4.5 laps in. This time by it'll be 5 complete. 3 laps left to go in this qualifying heat, brought to you by Miska Trailer Factory. They're side-by-side off of 4.
Dinning committed to that bottom groove. Dave Bailey happy up on the high side. As I say that, Dinning slides up to the middle of the racetrack. Now just a car length separate the 49 and the 8.
Down into corners 3 and 4. They'll work by the lap traffic. Bailey in that middle line. Dinning down on the inside. Can't get the run. 2 laps left to go, and this could be what we'll see in the feature a few hours from now.
Only they'll be starting in row number 10, I believe. Side by side, they're going to get the white hanky. 1 more lap to go here at the Big O in the final qualifying heat for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks.
Dinning's gaining just a little bit every lap on that bottom line, but there he gives a little bit away in corner 1. Let's see what he can do in this final half a lap. The Miska Trailer Factory heat race number 3.
He's got a long way to go, just 2 more corners down. The checkered flag in the air, slides up towards the wall out of 4. Dave Bailey and Dinning finishes second. James Thompson. 4th will be the 71 of Frank Turkey Jr. Fast Teeple in the 211 rounds out the top 5, and then it's Mike Klazinga, Kevin Pauls, and Brett Rodwell.
You want a fun follow? Since we were talking about Ric Flair. Ric Flair was there on Facebook. follow. Just letting you know. You'll enjoy it.
Really?
Yes. Essentially, he's photoshopped into all sorts of pop culture situations. It's a great follow.
So that's like the RKO out of nowhere page?
Exactly, yes. Exactly. Ready for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Division, and I'll tell you what, I'm impressed by the track crew and what they accomplished here getting this infield oval ready, because what you see in the grass area right now, that was the bottom groove a couple hours ago. They did a nice job packing in with that Case IH equipment. First qualifying heat starting on the pole will be the 37X of Eric Maas. And to the outside, the 21J of Jennifer McCollum. Row 2 will be the 177 of Tim Jamieson and the 22B of Brooke Nelson. Row 3, 22A of Ashley Nelson and the 6E of Enya Robinson. 78 of Aiden Nye and the 37 of Jake Maas back there in row 4. And Jerry Burnham back there in that final row, as well as the late edition, the Buchwald 86 will be out there as well. Zach Buchwald in the 86 machine.
Do you remember the last race we had here? Jerry Burnham didn't make it to the green flag. His car broke pulling onto the grid.
Yeah. So he's definitely looking for a comeback run here tonight. You consider him a veteran in this division. As everyone goes high in 1 and 2, and look at Jerry Burnham goes from last to 5th.